Hello, my name is Ali Major. Welcome to the Gag-Order, a show about the pitfalls people in society face on a daily basis. This show is sponsored by Seven Sun Entertainment. Find them for your next big project at sevensunentertainment.com. Yes. So, tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to finish up on forgiveness. But you know me, I like to throw a little switch in the game. And last time we talked about forgiving others. Now I want to talk about what it takes to forgive ourselves. You see what I'm saying? All right. So, if I must get into this, I must ask first. Have you guys ever heard of toxic forgiveness? Let me ask you. No? Toxic forgiveness would be an instance where a person is guilt tripped into, or feel like they have to. They do it just because their good-hearted self makes them feel like they have to forgive the situation. Yeah, they feel obligated to. So, do any of you guys feel like that? Does any of that come into mind when you guys feel that?
When I used to be in my relationship back in the day, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I can relate to that. So I did that a lot, just so to pacify.
Okay. How does that make you feel today?
Made me want to beat my own ass. Like, what was I thinking? Like, forget about loyalty. Forget about what I feel obligated to do. Like, I overlooked things that should never be overlooked. Nobody should be violated like that or mistreated like that and feel like they should have to put forth forgiveness and effort in that avenue. Nah.
Okay. How about you, Queen?
You said, how do I feel about it?
Yeah,
now?
How do you feel about now that you're older and you look at the situation that you did before?
I did it to stay alive.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I understand those.
I was in a situation where this was my only way of staying, afloat. So I did what I had to do at that moment in time. Now to sit back and look at it, it wasn't right because I know that I didn't have to, but you do what you got to do.
That's right. You feel you do what you feel like you have to do.
No, I did what I had to do. Okay. I said I had to stay alive.
I understand.
The person would not let me go, so I had to make it. I had to forgive, and knowing it wasn't right to stay there until I got strong enough to know that it wasn't right.
That's right. That's right. You said the best word until you felt strong enough, until you got strong enough to feel like you can go. All right. So the reason why I didn't answer, and I think Carlos agrees with me on this, is because we don't feel the way that you ladies feel. As far as toxic, we don't feel guilted into forgiving. If I don't want to forgive, trust me, I'm not going to. Ain't nothing they can do. Ain't no pouty, ain't no nothing. So therefore, I think that we both took the side route and just kept quiet on that. Am I correct?
True. I do. I guess from a woman's standpoint, I am not a woman, but just looking at their standpoint in life is different than ours as well too. Listen to Queen say she did it to stay alive. That actually makes you, you know what I mean? Men don't go through some things that women go through.
I'd either died or
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd have
bucked the system. Even listen to Jinx, just the way, you know what I mean? Being in a woman's position, I guess, is different than a male's as well. So just listening to it made me think. That's all.
That's true. That's true. It does make you think. But let me ask you guys a different question on a rebound. I asked you guys if you guys knew what a toxic forgiveness was, but have you guys ever done something to somebody that needed forgiveness? Queen, you're laughing, so give it to me.
Go ahead, Jinx.
She passed it. She passed the mic. Let me get that, Jinx. What do you got? Have you ever done something to somebody that needs forgiveness or needed forgiveness?
Yeah. All right. I mean, we all have. There ain't nobody in this world that's never done something that they didn't regret or done something that negatively impacted somebody else.
All right, true. So have you wanted forgiveness for that act? Have you required forgiveness for that act? Okay.
Absolutely.
Have you received it?
I can't say 100% because that would be on the other party's behalf, but I believe so.
Okay. All right. So, Queen, now I'm going to ask you, have you done things that needed forgiveness in your past?
Yes.
All right. Have you required or asked the other person to forgive you?
I know.
Okay. I can agree. And I'm intrigued as of why.
I did ask forgiveness, but not that person. So I asked my forgiveness for the Lord, and I left it there to be because me and this person never got along. Me and this person could not be in the same room together because it just would go to another level. So, and that now this person is deceased, so there's no need for the forgiveness. I forgave myself for having my baby body because I couldn't stand you afterwards. But I love my child. But yeah.
I hear that.
I understand. She was put through. You was put through the ringer and worse. I get it.
Yeah. So
I get your situation. I get the totality of the situation. So Carlos, now I'm gonna come to you, my brother, before I speak, and I'm gonna ask you: have you done anything in your life that you might have needed or wanted forgiveness for? Excuse me, I didn't catch it. Okay. All right. So so you're yes on both answers, right? On requiring, have you required the need for that forgiveness too?
Most definitely.
Okay.
I realized something. That's also the reason why I give it so freely as well. It says, treat those how you want to be treated. So I try to live by that standard. I ain't gonna say it always fall good on my behalf, but I do work on pushing that and committing to that standard.
Okay. All right. Well, I will say that I have definitely done things in my life that require forgiveness for, and I deal with them every single day. I agree with you, Carlos, and agree that I think that I give forgiveness a whole lot more, but it appears to me as forgiveness isn't quite given to me as freely as I'm willing to give it. So I hold back, and I learned how to put up walls and things like that to reject those possibilities of rejection from forgiveness. And I've done a lot. I was I was really bad at one time. So it's like do I require forgiveness for all of it? No, I do not. There's some people that I really don't care whether I get forgiveness for or not. They can keep that, they can have that, eat it until the day the earth swallows up. But yet and still there are people that I care about that, I do have love for, and I wish that they know that I apologize for the routes that I chose when I was younger. But at this time, we adapt as adults, do we not? So, time changes as you get older, and then you wish for different things. And I agree with you guys on that. I would like to ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever heard of gaslighting?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, gaslighting deals a lot with forgiveness. All right. And gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where the abuser manipulates or distorts your perception of reality, making it difficult to trust your own thoughts and feelings. Forgiving someone who has gaslighted you does not mean dismissing or excusing their behavior, nor does it imply that you condone their actions, which is all facts. It's you guys can look that up. That's Googled. And these things are it's when somebody tries to manipulate a situation to gaslight you. Yes, Tanya. They try to manipulate you to feel like Debbie said, you can't leave. I feel like my life, when actuality, I understand that your life was in danger, but people sleep. There are, there's times when people sleep and people can be killed in their sleep, and then, but but then still, the truth of the matter is, you were scared, and I feel for you and your pain and punishment that you went through. That should never be done to anybody. I'm going to say that again on this show, that those things should never be done to anybody. Anything that inflicts another person to do something opposite of what they want to do. I know this now because I done got in trouble for it, but I understand it now.
And
But you
I was
never.
young also when it happened. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
young and naive, so
I get it.
that
I
it
get it.
was.
It's called unlawful restraint in the law's eyes. You know what I'm saying? And when you make somebody sit somewhere or be somewhere that they're not supposed to be, you know what I mean? And it's not right. It's not right to hinder somebody in that progress. That's why I went wrong and failed as a youth. Is I was trying to bully people and move shit the way I wanted it to move. Can't always move chess pieces the way they want to move. you know, you know, knights don't move certain directions for a reason. But Carlos, I would like to ask you, speaking of men and situations that were brought up as far as forgiveness. How do you feel forgiveness weighs on men? How do you feel it weighs on men? And I'm not talking about when it comes to a love that you had for 5-10 years for another person, or I'm talking about deep hurt. When it comes to family love, or when it comes to a love or forgiveness when it comes from the street. How does it face a man? How do you feel on that?
For most men, I would like to say we have the memory of an elephant.
Yes.
It's hard to forget or forgive for the most part. It takes an exercise to come to the grasp to let that go, to forgive and finally let go and be willing to try again. That's the reason why men can get hurt one time and all women are bad. Look, no more than twice. Well, I said no more than 3 times. But normally,
I
a man
disagree.
normally a
I
man can get his
disagree.
heart broke one time, and
I disagree.
this is hard to
I
get back.
disagree.
I
Life is a long
disagree.
process. It starts in elementary, high school,
I
whenever they
said
start that
most.
process.
No, I said most. Remember what I said. In their 20s, just say high school, late high school, to up to their 40s something. Look, you don't get hurt but so many times.
That's
So when
not
you get
true.
hurt, most
That's
of them
not true.
clam up.
Okay, that's not true.
And
Maybe I see things a little differently, but okay.
remember, I'm talking about most men. If you ask most men, this is what they're gonna tell you.
But I think
Yeah,
you
but
could say
that's saying,
the
go
same
ahead.
for some women, for most
No,
women.
that is true. But
So
women are more. Y'all will go in another relationship a lot faster.
what?
More. Uh-huh. Look, I said relate. I
Whoa!
said
No.
relationship.
I know
He's
people who will
okay.
jump relationship
Women
before
are
they
more.
even
I disagree with
before
Y'all
that,
they
are
even
Cherry.
get.
just more
I
Let me
think
put
extended.
it to you like this.
like
You can disagree, but I've seen it, and I know people that have done it
But
because
men is the
sometimes you just don't want to be by yourself. You have some people that don't like to be alone. You
yeah,
don't. So when you don't like to be alone, guess what you're going in? You're going in another relationship,
That's
whether
right.
you know what I mean?
A lot of people have
Whether
those issues. The
yeah.
not
So
wanting to be
it doesn't
alone issues.
right. They don't want to be alone. So they don't
Yeah.
care what they just went on right here. They're not even going to deal
Mm-hmm.
with it. They're just going to go ahead and jump onto it. And
That's
that
right.
goes with men. It
Well,
goes both
sometimes
ways.
they'll take the baggage to the next one.
And exactly, because all you gotta do is one thing, and
And
guess
it
what's gonna
triggers. It's
happen?
a trigger.
It triggers everything that you just went through, from that relationship to that
Literally.
relationship to that relationship to that relationship. That's why it's not good for you to be sitting back here going into no relationship unless you already healed from that past.
That's true.
Especially if you done
That's
got
true.
hurt.
You're right. You're right.
Especially if you done got
You're
hurt.
right.
A
Because the
lot of
next person could be the
That's
damn
proof.
best
Yeah.
person in the world, but you're gonna bring all of that bullshit that you took from that
Mm-hmm.
one and bring it on over here. Or accuse this one and
we
be
all do it
insecure
to
over
an
here.
extent. We all do that to
No,
an
no,
We
no,
extent.
all do
no.
it to an extent, but
I used to. I used to. I will say that. Used to. But then it got to a point. I had to remember, if I
I've
didn't
been
want it
holding
done to
my
me,
tongue
why the
here.
hell? Go ahead and don't bring it.
I've
Bring
been
it.
holding my tongue here because
Don't
You
go
got
ahead.
I seen a
Bro.
lot of comments. I seen a lot of comments in
yeah.
the audience and everything talking about how it's true. Men it's hard for men, or men don't forgive. That's untrue, and men do forgive. It depends
Some
on how many
don't
times you
know. I'm
do
I
it.
didn't
telling
say
you,
that
And
you
how
some
many
don't
times
don't.
forgive.
is how many times they've seen the same habit through their lifetime. You got to understand, and I disagree with you, Carlos. I think that men do experience in their lifetime. They do not start in their 20s and starting their sexual experiences or girlfriend experiences. I think most men start before that, and especially today, I
They
think
don't know
kids and
what the
kids
hell
are
they
doing
doing
it
when they
younger
back
and
there.
younger. Yeah,
When
but
they
it's
back
still
there, they don't
experience.
know.
It's
They
That's the
still
don't
reason
know.
why I
experience, and it's
told
still
them
something that happens to you.
from late high
Demonstrate
school
something. Tell them.
They
Yeah.
don't
until.
know. They don't know. They
But
don't know what they doing. I ain't know what the fuck I was doing at
Men have
13,
selective
14.
forgiveness. Women have selective forgiveness too, and women hold baggage from niggas way before
And
I
on the
so
just
the
next
said
hell do
that
one
you
men,
that
just
comes
and
you
men
down.
said
does the
they
So
taking
same
it to
shit.
another one.
I don't
Men
want to
does
hear
the
that.
same
Women
shit,
come with the same
bullshit,
fire.
and they
Men
come with
come with
this.
the same
And
thing when it comes to certain reasons.
yeah, okay, ain't no goddamn
I
reason.
You
can
It ain't no
disagree?
damn
I
shit.
don't concur.
Ain't no reason. It ain't no no
Tell me what you don't concur
no.
with.
This is when it comes to men,
Yes.
because of a lot of, especially older men. I ain't even gonna say your
Okay.
younger men, but a lot of us ran off principles that were given to us, standards. I think we talked about standards. What was it?
Yes. Yes, we
Not too
have
long
talked
ago.
about standards before.
So there's a standard that was put in place that's in most of our mindsets. And when these standards got broken,
Yeah.
you start looking at a lot of things a lot funny.
Yep.
So guess what you start doing? Putting up blocks a lot quicker.
But it doesn't happen the first time. Doesn't
And
happen on the first
I said,
try.
look, I told you no more than 3 times,
Nah, it doesn't happen on the
but
third try. It
I can
happens
give you
throughout
two
routine.
times really, and most of the time there's a block put there.
Okay. Well, I can
Most of
name
the time,
multiple times that in different situations, and
you might be different.
it'd be the same
You might
goddamn
be
thing
different.
at the end of the day.
You said what?
At the end of the day, it'd be the same damn thing. No
On
different.
your end?
Well, no, well, nah, not on my end. I'm
Not
talking
on
about the
you. I'm talking about with
situation. I'm talking
the
about, yeah, I'm
female or
talking
whatever.
about, yeah, but see, you guys just talk about female. I'm talking about life in general. You
Oh,
guys are
well, hold on.
straight
We
talking about
talking about kind of like
relationships and
relationships.
girl,
This is what we was
guy.
talking about, though.
Nah, I'm talking about forgiveness in itself. It wasn't necessarily about man and female.
I mean, that's where I kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
guided
that's
it
where, yeah,
towards.
you kind of got
Yeah,
it.
but
You know what I mean?
but
Yeah.
stick
But
to this
see,
subject because I want to keep it there just for a
that
second.
subject is so minimal in the course of life, though.
Yeah, but I just want to keep it there just for a second
Okay, all
because
right, then let's
I
go.
want
Let's
to,
go with
you
it.
know,
Let's go. Let's go
just
with it.
dig a little deeper to understand where, I
Okay.
mean, you're more forgiving than I'm assuming
Yeah,
in
I am
these
more forgiving. There's a lot of things that I would deal with and a lot
in
of
that
things I
area.
would forgive just to see where the person goes with it next. It's not like I'm relying on the person or I ever like tried to rely on a person. I'm just, I'm trying to feel life out. They trying to feel life out. I can understand exactly what they're going through because for real, we all go through shit. So whether there's a lot of movies I'll be watching. I watched the movie the other day. This dude had a wife, right? And his wife wasn't happy in her situation, but he was there begging her and pleading her not to leave. And she was the one who wanted to go out and go experience life, but he can't blame her. She was stuck, situated in a box, and she felt like she was claustrophobic. So she wanted to, but it wasn't like she didn't love him. It wasn't like she was trying to blah, 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 but yet and still, that's what the fuck she chose. So if he loves her enough and he wanted her enough, then that's, Forrest Gump is another he was a sucker to me, but yet still, for real, he loved her enough to stay there. He loved her enough to deal with all that bullshit she fed him.
Mm.
You always got to deal with bullshit no matter what man, female you're dealing with. That's why I don't deal with those topics, because for real, it's all bullshit. People come with their own set of bullshit. They all come with baggage, their own bullshit, and you got to uncover the shit. And that's bullshit in life. That's the shit in life that I don't really think that really matters. What really matters is eating. What really matters is getting your shit straight, making sure your car's straight, making sure your house straight, making sure your fucking rent's paid. That's what really matters in life. Not who Sally's fucking. I don't really give a fuck who she fucking. I don't care how she treat her man. How she treat her man don't mean shit to me. I don't eat that. That's all I'm saying, brother. That's all I was saying, brother. And they can gag me all you want. I love it. I love the gags. Because for real, I'm just speaking my mind and my heart. This is my heart here. I really don't think that right there pertains too much weight in life. Because just like you can't take money with you when you pass, guess what? You ain't taking her with you when you pass much, eh?
No, but this is what they say. This is a phrase that they say. They say, you may not remember what a person looks like. I think it was either Toni Morrison. I think it was Toni Morrison that said it. But what you do remember in life is the way a person makes you feel.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I can do in life is make you feel. As a matter of fact, another thing I heard in life, it said, you should treat people to the best of your ability because it took thousands of years for you to meet. And when I read it, I said, damn, that's powerful. Because it made me understand that any relationship that I jump in from this day forward, technically from my last relationship forward, I'm going to apply the best of me because I've been a cheater all my life.
Okay.
When I say all my life, I mean in every relationship that I've ever been in. And I realized that it took me to get cheated on before I realized that, hey, and mine was out of the fact that I didn't want to get hurt because I'd seen a lot. I'd seen people do this. So guess what I did? Put a block on myself early in life. This was me now. I ain't talking about everybody else. This is just me. But then when it happened to me, I got to see it from the opposite side. And I said, you know what?
Did you?
And
And you
look,
like that shit ain't feel good, did
did I not? But I've never been caught. Hold on. I had never been caught. But what I did vow to myself is that from here forward, any relationship I give, I'm going to just give myself 100%.
So was you in a relationship or was you just seeing people?
Oh no, every relationship I've ever been in.
Every relationship you
Every
always
relationship.
cheat. Well, she was a goddamn fool because
No,
she ain't never
they
kept
didn't know.
turning.
They didn't know.
She's
No.
a damn dummy. She's a
No,
damn dummy.
I promise
Let
you.
me tell
Look,
you what I know.
one thing my
Let me tell
ex-wife
you.
told me.
Let me tell you what I know, Carlos. Let me tell you
Listen,
what I know, Carlos.
gag. If you was with somebody and you cheating and she don't know, you living a lie. If the woman you with don't know you living a lie, that bitch ain't for you regardless.
Hold on, but this is something that I learned. It
She
was
was
later
cheating
in
too. That's
life,
why she
but
knew.
I learned to be the best me in every relationship moving forward. But hey,
She knew. I'm gonna tell you right now. You might not thought she knew,
oh no,
but she knew.
I can promise you they did. One thing I was told by a long time ago is you have to continue to do the same thing. Don't ever change. And whatever you do. So what you don't
Let me tell you something, Carlos.
go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk.
Let me tell you something from what I know, from a woman's point of view.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna let you know when I know any motherfucking thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
simple. I know everything, and I will sit back there and let you
This
play
is
yourself like it ain't nothing.
this
So
is
you might
probably
think,
hot
you
grits.
look.
might think, you might
This is
think,
probably
I
look.
don't know.
I can't speak about you. Look,
No, I'm
those
just
that you have
saying.
dealt with.
She was a damn fool.
Look,
And she
those.
didn't want see those when you got blinders on. That's the person that
I'm
got
gonna
blinders
repeat it.
on
Those
and
that
she's
you have
so in
dealt with.
love because
Let
you
me
don't talk to all of that bullshit.
let me ask you a question.
Either that or she was cheating and didn't give a fuck what you was doing.
Let me ask you a question.
I see my
Let
brother.
me
I
ask you a
see my
question.
brother got relationship
Was there
woes on his
ever
mind.
was there ever time where you've seen a difference in the way they move? The reason why you started noticing patterns?
Me?
I'm asking.
There's always some type of
Always. But I have a woman intuition though. But the
Hold
thing
on.
about it,
I'm
even if
not
you don't,
disputing that, but sometimes
even
your woman intuition can also be off.
no. It ain't never off.
Hey,
It ain't never off.
the
Never
I
off.
know
intuition
women.
ain't off.
Eh,
The
I know.
intuition ain't off. It's when
Uh-uh.
you listen to the insecurities and the fears
Yeah.
that things is off. But the
Okay.
intuition ain't never off.
No, it ain't
Okay.
never off.
So it's the
It
other
ain't
stuff
never off.
that can throw it, that can shift it.
Yep.
It
Okay.
ain't never off. I mean,
So
my baby daddy was a drug dealer.
okay.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I know you. You know what I mean. I'm
You
in
know
the
other
streets
stuff
along with
comes with
you.
that.
I know what it comes with.
Okay.
So at
Okay.
the end of the day, I'm not. I'm from the streets just like you
I
from the
got
streets. So you can't pull that
you. I see.
bullshit
I see
on
where you
me.
going with it.
You
Yeah,
can't. You can't. You
but
can't
you
put that
can't.
bullshit
That
on
that
me.
means you were already. That means you were already
She went
thinking
in
that
with
it
it
was
with a
happening. You
mind
you
frame.
you already had your mindset
Mm-hmm.
set that he was doing this, and he may
No,
have
no,
not
no,
been
no.
doing it,
No,
but you was
no,
already
no,
set
no,
thinking that
no,
he was a
no,
drug dealer.
I
no,
So
mean,
this
no,
is
listen to
what
what
they
you said.
do.
You
no,
know what
no.
comes with
I
it.
never went in there. I never sat back there and thought nobody was going to do anything. I gave you my whole heart, but you,
And
some
Jinx,
way,
women
some kind of
intuition is
way,
wrong.
you
Sometimes,
you you
sometimes it
gonna
be
I
right,
would
and
think so.
sometimes
you
it's
gonna
wrong.
slip up.
Cause
No,
I look, before I went to prison, I thought all men
Mm,
cheat. After when I got there, I come to find out that a lot of men didn't.
all
mm,
men
Look,
don't cheat.
and
mm.
a lot of them was drug dealers. They just did, and it was mind blowing to me. I just grew up around a bunch of dogs. I promise you. Look, hey, when I said a bunch of dogs, these people was in
Well,
heat,
that's I mean, and that's the thing. When you
and
do
I took
that,
on a
that's
mindset.
right. When you
But
put yourself in that type of situation, normally that's what comes up and that's what happens. But just know when it comes back on you, you can't handle it.
oh no,
And
I
as
can
a
handle it.
female,
I just learned
we
from it.
take a lot. We take a lot from and
Yes,
dealing with so much. You take on so much and
yes.
over and over and over again. But I mean, my thing is this: what comes around goes around. Just know that.
And then you realize that hey, it wasn't all worth it. And it took me
So
40
why
some
go through it in
years
the first place?
in
Why not
order to
focus
learn
on
it.
self? Why not focus on self? You wasting so much energy right here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking why not focus on self? You wasted so much energy right there. So why not focus on yourself?
It
You
to
so
look.
worried? You sniffing panties? I mean, what's the
Who's
problem? Like,
sniffing panties?
No, he talking
I'm
about me.
talking to
Yeah,
Carlos.
he
I'm
talking
talking
to
to
me.
Oh, I
Carlos.
was
Yeah,
ready to
he
I'm
say,
talking to
talking to
me.
Carlos. I'm talking to Carlos. What makes it so important, brother? What makes it so important? Because
Well,
right now, where you sitting, like, is you sitting with the person that you were just that you were speaking about?
no, I sit alone at this moment.
Okay, see,
For
so
the
so
last X amount of for about 2 years, I've been working on just me.
okay, true. And have you grown? Have you yourself grown?
I just told you this. Look, I just told you. Look, I grew after the ordeal.
So
Once it
okay
happened
then.
to me, I
That's my.
realized that this was something that I choose to make sure I go into the next one. The next person who get me
You're
get the
already
best me.
thinking of that. Okay, you're already thinking of that. You're already thinking of that. See, I wouldn't even my mind wouldn't even be fluctuated on that at all. My mind would be
Well, I
fluctuated to so
understand what
many
I want
things
you're
that
in
should
supposed
life.
to
be done
grow
and right.
though. But
Hold on.
while
I
you
also
healing, you
understand
But
still
what I
why
want
supposed
can't
to
in
you
life.
grow.
grow? But why can't you grow? I'm not understanding what growth means. Then, if growth means you're growing yourself, right? Internal growth, right?
Well, let me put it this way. At some point, I do want to be with somebody.
Okay, all right.
So, in order to get there, you have to start thinking about this ahead of time.
You do?
Everything starts in your
Mhm.
mind. You
Oh,
can't
okay,
wait.
all right.
You can't wait.
I thought true love just happens. I thought it just
No,
happens
no,
and you
no.
meet a person and you actually enjoy the person. So
That
then it just
that
carries
does.
on
Hold on.
from there.
That does happen.
You at
Hold on.
Disneyland?
Oh,
People
so
do.
you preordain it, so it's like preordained shit.
Yeah,
Stop playing dumb.
yeah,
Oh shit! I'm just wondering because I never even imagined that it's preordained.
yeah.
Oh shit! Damn! I
Everything.
used to just bump
Everything.
into a bra, stop the car, be like, "Hey, hold on! You got to stop."
Not
And
that
then
part.
boom!
No,
Next
no.
thing
The
you know,
person you may not know.
and then
The person you may not know. But what's going to happen is the relationship. It's up to
So
you. That's like $1 million.
turn that off.
If you set your mind beforehand, Guess what? When you get it, you already know what you was reaching for. It didn't just happen.
I get it. I get it. I don't
You didn't
preordain
just win
shit
the
in
lottery.
life. Yeah, you did just win the lottery.
No,
Nigga, actually, I went to the store, and something just said, yo, I'm
Did
gonna
you hear
play
what
this
I just
dumbass
said?
lotto ticket.
Mine ain't gonna come that way.
Oh, okay. I don't know how you're gonna win the lottery thinking like seriously. You know how many people spend billions on trying to think they're gonna win the lottery on this next ticket
I didn't
and
say
don't?
win. Hold on, I ain't trying to win the lottery.
I ain't looking for the
telling you, it ain't just
unicorn,
gonna
man.
happen. If you set your mind on it before, you'll walk into what's coming. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Okay. Well, I'm the type that
You
believes
have to
life
set your
floweth
mind.
as
You
it
have to set your
goes.
mind for those things that you want.
Thou sees life floweth as it goeth.
That's pretty much.
That's what I see. That's what I see. So you go out, you might go to a party and you meet somebody nice, and guess what? Oh, it just happened. You didn't preordain the shit. It just fucking happened.
If you set your mind on what you want, it will.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you got a vision right now for where you want this show to be, right?
Absolutely. This business, though. This is a different topic.
That runs all of your life, your mind.
Yeah, I get it. But this isn't my this is my business relationship. This is my love of my life, and I put everything into it. See what I'm saying?
That goes with everything you do, or should. Let me put it that way.
So I mean, it's a business relationship, though.
No, it's what you want for your life. It's how you conduct.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You envision what you want for your life, but for real, I don't envision. I'm I'm not envisioning that far as that sector of my life. I'm trying to. You said it the best. I got a vision of the show, right? Yeah, I got a vision of this business, right? Yeah, I do. But as far as the rest, man, I'm gonna let it fall in place like puzzle pieces, man. Like seriously.
I'm the main character of my story. I get to run this thing.
I get it. I'm
running it.
I get the last veto. I can veto the whole process. But what I'm doing is I'm going to let like they say destiny be destiny. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to, Anyways, ladies, I didn't mean to get off topic. I didn't mean to curve right there, but he kind of curved the situation over to that situation. So what I'm going, like I tried to tell you, brother, in the beginning of this, my focus is not on relationship status. I don't care about claiming, being Facebook official. I don't really care about that shit. Right now, I got an agenda. I got a mission. You know what I'm saying? That right there, I'll deal with that shit when it comes. But as of right now, I need to eat. See this?
That's going to happen naturally.
Nah. I'm preordain that shit.
If you've already thought it, it's going to naturally happen. That's going to naturally happen.
That shit I'm going to preordain. The rest of this, I'm just going to I'm going to live life and enjoy life as it cometh. That's the gift. You're focusing. I think that people focus too hard on in life. And I'd rather focus on what's most important, as I said.
The money.
Not the money. Because, see, money equals satisfaction in life. How do you understand? You could be living in a cardboard box, or you can be living in a nice house, or you can just have a regular house. But yet and still, your quality of life is what matters.
To you.
It's still going to cost. It all costs. Money is definitely important because shit costs. Everything. Mm-hmm. Even your love you're looking for. That shit costs the most.
Mm-hmm. Time.
Nah, more than time. It's going to take your money, your time, your energy, your effort, everything. All right, well, you call it tomato, I call it tomato. That's what I say. It takes everything, all of you, to make that female happy. Anyways, Jinx, can I get with you? Because you're about to say something I love to hear from my ladies right now.
Nah, I think that it really, going back to forgiveness, like, it could be in any relationship with anybody, like it don't matter what it is, like parent, child, sister, whatever. When it comes down to it, like, I wasn't here for last week's show, but I saw clips of it, and that's what I wanted to touch on tonight, was like,
Yeah, I want to hear that.
It's one thing to forgive other people, but it's a whole nother thing to forgive yourself. That's a whole nother world right there. And I think a lot of us are our worst critics and we hardest on ourselves. And sometimes that's a bad thing, but overall, that's a good thing because that's what's going to inspire growth and change. And when you're able to really sit there in your face and be like, yo, I really fucked up for myself, or I really fucked up for my loved ones, or like if you really sit there and you face things, it's hard to find that forgiveness for yourself. I found that it's so much easier for me to forgive other people than it is myself. I've let people have chance after chance after chance to do me dirty over and over again when I sometimes won't even give myself a second chance in certain situations. Like it it's something that I struggled with for a long time, and I think even now still I'm still working on it. Like I do something fucked up, I let that guilt eat me for a minute. It could be something little like flipping on the kids for doing dumb shit, or you know what I mean? Forgetting to do something for a loved one, like damn, not being able to make time. Like I hold myself to a higher standard and it hurts when I don't meet my own standards. And it's difficult to find a way to get past that in some moments. I get so overwhelmed and frustrated with it, I let it take over me, and it's hard to get through it. But once you finally get, like, I don't even know how I get through it. I think it's time and just growth and age and wisdom. Like, I realize that I can't beat myself up. The rest of the world won't beat me up. I don't need that from myself.
Big
So
statement.
it comes, and when it does, it's a relief. Feels like a weight lifted. It's definitely eye opening every time, and it helps me to better maneuver throughout my days when I know there's going to be struggles. Because I know if there's all these obstacles and I fail at one or two of them, I'm going to be beating myself up later on. And I can't do that no more. And it's like I said, it's been a long journey. Like it used to be real bad, real bad. But as I've grown, as I've had more kids, more life experience, it's easier for me to, snap back in my mind. Like, you ain't perfect. You human. Come on now. Everybody fuck up. Like, if I get 9 out of 10 right, like, I'm good. I'm take that 90. That's a win regardless, and I'm gonna go about my next day. That's all
Right.
I can do. That's how I see it. And again,
Okay.
I know a lot of people probably struggle in similar ways, but everybody handles it differently.
That's right.
Sure.
That's right. I agree. Make sure that your side of the street is clean, just like you just described, making sure 8 of the 9 things were checked off so that, you don't have to get all 10. You don't got to be perfect. You can still try to get as many on your list as possible
Yeah.
just to make sure you yourself as a person is clean. The more your energy is clean, I notice that people have a more vibrant soul to them. You know what I mean? They just feel, it just feels better. They look healthier. They just feel better. It just makes you feel good as a person. All right. But right now, I want to switch this and I want to inform people of a couple things. And right now, what I'm going to do is play a video of a Stratford man that is going through a little issues, and I want to bring to light a couple things, and then I got a couple questions I'm going to ask about the troubles we faced as people. Uh-oh. Let's get this started instead of playing around with this thing.
Local prison reform advocate calling for better treatment of minorities in jails and prisons across the state. 63-year-old Clarence Austin of Stratford says he's looking forward to testifying next month before the State Claims Commission about alleged abuses that occurred when he was a prisoner at Northern Correctional Institution in Somers in the 1990s. He says he was strapped down and beaten, he says, causing injuries that left him permanently disabled. Austin, who self-published a book about his experience, says the biggest danger behind bars, he says, comes from prison workers, not other inmates.
You have a legal system in America that's supposed to uphold the law, but what they're doing is committing crimes. They're breaking their own laws they're supposedly upholding. I mean, they're letting their employees get away with crimes, and this should not be happening.
He says, thankfully, state prison officials have since closed that facility and instituted major reforms, but he says he believes serious abuses are still occurring at other jails and prisons across Connecticut and nation.
Right. Hopefully everybody caught that.
I did.
All right. What I wanted to bring to light is the misuse of law and order inside the country. And this right here is a pure example of it. You know, this guy, he may have committed a crime, but does it mean that he needs to be brutally abused during his stay of incarceration? Does it mean that his medical needs to be less than because of incarceration? I myself can bear witness to mistreatment in prison because I can remember times where it was winter, and if you can remember, if you know anything about cinder blocks, they hold cold in. So there was times where the heater would be off in the winter and we'd be freezing. I mean, you know, and you'd be freezing in there. They wouldn't give no jackets, no nothing. You'd have a short sleeve uniform of the day on and try to stay away from the doors because that's where the cold is blasting in it. You know, and this place is vibrating cold because these blocks are bouncing it between each other. So I've been through many situations like that, and I'm pretty sure everybody who has been incarcerated has seen something or been aware of something that has happened in the same nature. Carlos, are you aware of things like that?
Heard about it. Didn't I was at like no facility, so but I have heard about it. Like I think Leavenworth in the federal system was similar to that.
Absolutely. I think we as advocates should bring more and more awareness of these topics and issues that come about that we've seen and we've heard about, and let them know that the struggle is real. And I had to report to a tweet the other day, and I just felt the need to. He was trying to separate himself and speak of the need of gun, violence. He was telling everybody to arm up, because the crime rate is going up. So I was like, you're promoting, you're basically promoting shooting somebody, and that is a crime in itself. So am I supposed to be more mad at the person who could have potentially have hungry kids who just did a crime because he's trying to feed somebody or himself? Or should I be more mad at this middle class, high class, upper class person who just went and bought this pistol because he knows for sure it's crime and he's looking around for this person just to shoot him?
Vigilante.
Who's more at fault? Who's wrong?
Put them in the same hungry situation where they're thinking about food and feeding their kids or whatever the case. What would they do?
I understand. That's why I enjoy your book, brother. I enjoy the idea of your book, and I haven't bought a copy yet, but I'm going to have me a copy inside my library. But yet and still, I enjoy your book because it flips the roles. It makes you think of what would happen if the other person went through this problem. And I don't blame people for doing crime. I mean, America was built on crime. Let's face it. The forefathers before us, this place is rich because of it. The piracy and all of that
the
crap.
Old people.
Yeah, murder, all of that crap. They're still murdering people today. So I mean, these are the things that we need to face as a society and know that not everybody is as bad as people are trying to make them seem. Just because they've been a criminal does not make them a criminal today. And that's a fact. Debbie, I would like to ask you, have you had nephews or heard of anybody who's been through anything in this nature where they've been mistreated by the people that were supposed to protect them?
No, I haven't had nephews, but I've heard people, that have been been through it.
So these are facts to you. You've heard these before.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys are gonna have to pardon Jinx is having some kind of technical difficulties right now. She's not up here, but yet and still we're gonna keep on rolling. I would like to further go into this and ask you guys what laws pertaining to you the most? What laws do you know that pertain to you the most? Carlos, do you know one law that pertains to you the most?
Freedom of speech.
Okay. Yeah. Debbie.
It's the same.
Freedom of speech. Well, pleading the fifth and freedom of speech is definitely a law everybody should know. And
the 13th too.
Huh?
The 13th Amendment too.
Yes, the 13th Amendment is a very important amendment. I believe that the Third Amendment and the First Amendments are very prevalent in today's society too. I think these laws need to be known and understood by everybody, and you guys understand that because I've said that on a couple shows. I would like to thank you guys for showing up tonight, and thank you guys for being here. Brother, I would like to say one thing to you. Much love. And I think that we as a unit, me and you, can figure out all problems. And as you said, iron sharpen iron. If you're going through something, let a brother know, man. You ain't got to hold that.
Oh no. I don't never hold that. Look,
All right. But anyways, Jinx said the video booted out, but she's in the audience. Yet still, I would like to thank you guys once again. Like I said, is there any thoughts? You guys got any thoughts? Any questions for me before I go?
What is the Second Amendment? Is that the right to bear arms?
The Second Amendment, yes, I believe that is the right to bear arms. Yes, it is.
That is also to me one of our main things. I know you are big on the laws, and making sure that we know them. I think as long as you can prove that you are or have become a full citizen, all rights should be restored.
That's a big issue in the country. That's a big safety is a big issue, especially if you think about it with felons coming out of prison and trying to protect themselves against other people who they may have accosted before. They may come out and try to think everything's okay and it's a fresh new start, but it's actually not out here. You know, so I've heard of that happening too, brother. So excuse me.
After a person has been out for a while and has proven themselves, that's what I'm talking about.
I think all rights should be restored regardless. I think they should be restored regardless because you did your time, you did your imprisonment. I think that you paid your debt to society, so therefore you should be a whole person again. But yet and still, what we see is right and what they see is wrong is two different issues, man. These are the things I'm fighting for, and I want people to stand up for, that we need to stand up for, because when it boils down to it, it leaves you unable to protect you, your home, and the people you love, your loved ones, and that's not right. That's not right to be a sitting duck in no situation. All right. I would like to thank you guys. This was an interesting conversation tonight. My name is Ali Major. You can find us on all social media platforms. Good night. Appreciate you for being here.